Hi girls, today I'm going to tell about sample program in C++ or structure of C++ program and the basics of C++ programs like tokens, keywords, data types like that. So this is the introduction to the sample program. This is the structure of the C++ program. Like C program, C++ also have some structures. Every C++ program must start with this hash include iostream.h like that, the header file, and then a main function. Using namespace is optional one, and then the main function and start a curly brace, and within the curly brace the user write the coding. So in this program just it is used to print welcome to programming on the screen. The double slash or called the command lines. The command lines are only for the user purpose. If anyone of one open this program and see what is the role of main function and what is cout and what is written, the compiler does not read this command lines. The user only for the user understandable format, command lines are used in C++ and also in C also. So these are all the command lines in C++. And then the hash include iostream is the preprocessor directive. It's also called as the header file. If you want to use input and output operations or input and output functions in the C++ program, the user have to use this hash include iostream preprocessor directive in the C++ programs. And then the using namespace std, it is optional one. It is used for the namespaces. And then the main function. Within the main function, you have to specify the curly braces, that is the start of the main function. And you have to close that main function, end of the main function with the closing curly bracket. So the curly bracket, also called as the braces, body of the main function is inside the braces only. So what is hash include iostream is the line that start with the hash symbol are called directives and they are the instruction to the compiler. The word include with hash tells the compiler to include the file iostream into the file of the above program. The C++ language defines several headers which contain information that is either necessary or useful to a program. For this program, the header iostream is needed. And then the second line is using namespace std. The line using namespace std tells the compiler to use the standard namespace. Namespaces are a relatively recent addition to the C++. A namespace is a collection of classes, functions, and objects that can be addressed with a name prefix. The namespaces can be used by two ways in a program, either by the use of using statement at the beginning, like we did in above mentioned program, or by using the namespace as prefix before the identifier with scope resolution operator, that means the 2:. Under the main function, the word main is the function name. The brackets with main tells that the main is a function. The word int before main indicates that the integer value is being returned by the main function. If you don't want to mention the keyword int, you have to mention void. That means the main function does not return any value. And then cout is the output statement. It is used to print the welcome to C programming statement in the screen. Here in C++, stream insertion operator, that is called the to less than symbol, is used for output, and the extraction operator, that is called greater than to greater than symbol, is used for input. So cin is the standard input. Normally user get input from the keyboard. Like cout, that is the standard output function. Normally it is used to print the data to the screen. So this is the structure of the C++ program. C++ programming language is most popular language after C. It's an object-oriented programming language. It has this structure: header file declaration section, and then global declaration section, and class declaration and method definition section, and main function and method definition section. That is the bottom up. C++ is the bottom up programming language. And then the tokens. The smallest units in the program are known as tokens. You have people studied in C also what are called keywords, identifier, constants, strings, operators are all the same in C++ too. But some additional keywords are present in C++. Like that, some extra features are added in the C++, but most of the keywords, identifiers, constants, strings, operators are also same in C++. The smallest individual units in a program are known as tokens. C++ has the following tokens: keywords, identifiers, constants, strings, and operators. A C++ program is written using these tokens, white spaces, and the syntax of the language. Most of the C++ tokens are basically similar to C tokens with the exception of some additions and minor modifications. So the C tokens are, and then what is the keyword? The keyword implements specific C++ language features. There are explicitly reserved identifiers and cannot be used as the names for the program, variables, or other user-defined elements. Because the keyword have a fixed meaning, the user can't change the keyword, and also you have to keep it in mind that the keywords are not used as the variable names or constants in C++ programs also. And then identifier and constants. Identifiers refers to the names of variable, functions, arrays, classes, etc. created by the programmer. They are the fundamental requirement of any language. Each language has its own rules for naming these identifiers. Like that, C also have rules for the forming a variable name like this C. The tokens in C are keywords, constants, strings, operators, special symbols, and identifiers. The examples of keywords are int, char, if, while. These keywords have a fixed meaning. The user can't use this keywords as a variable name in the C++ programming languages like in C. And then constants also already you have read in the C. The value does not change during the execution of the program is called the constant. Like that in all C also, C++ also the same meaning is here. And then the strings are the sequence of character that was present within the double quotes is called the strings. And operators, there are many types of operators available in C, like that also the same in C++. And the special operators are the square bracket and bracket. And the identifiers are the variable names, for example marks, amount, etc. So I already explained that keywords are reserved words in programming. Each keyword has a fixed meaning and that cannot be changed by the user. For example, integer num1. Here int is the keyword, indicates num1 is the integer type. We cannot rechange this integer int into integer int1, int2 like that. So that's a keyword. It has a special meaning. You have to use it. The user can't able to change that. So that's called the keyword. These are all the C++ keywords. Continue, float, default, delete, do, go to. The extra keywords present in C++ are private, protected, public, and then template, volatile, like that. Okay. And then identifiers and constants. Identifier is used to define names of variables, functions, arrays, classes, etc. They are the fundamental of any language. Each language has its own rules for naming these identifiers. These are as follows: only alphabet characters. The identifiers start with only the alphabet characters, digits. Only the alphabet characters, digits, and underscores are permitted, but it starts with the alphabet only. The name cannot start with digits. Uppercase and lowercase letters are distinct. And then a declared keyword cannot be used as a variable name. And constants means in C++ you can use a named constant to instruct the program to mark those memory location in which data is fixed throughout the program execution. That means the user can't change the value throughout the program execution. The named constant, a memory location whose content is not allowed to change during the program execution. The syntax to declare a named constant is const is the keyword, data type, and identifier. Identifier means the variable name. So here this is the example. Const int number of students equal to 54. That means int number of students is the variable name. Number of students is the variable name. It holds the data 54. The 54 is the constant data. It cannot be changed during the execution of the program. And then the constants are divided into these types: numeric constants and character constants. The numeric constant is divided into two types: integer constants and real constants. Integer constants means the whole number. Real means the decimal point, the numbers with decimal points. And then the character constants is divided into two types: string character constants and single character constant. String means, here this is misplaced here. String means the sequence of character present within the double quotes is called string. In this example this was misplaced, so you can place this example here and this single quotes here. So anything placed within the single quotes is called the single character constant. And then variable in C++, a variable is a location in computer memory where a value can be stored. Variable must be declared before they are used in a program. So these are all the variable names and the value and the data type. Number is the variable name. The value of the variable number is 1, 2, 3 and the type is integer. Here this is double, here this is the double also. A variable has a name, it stores a value of the declared type. So this is also an example. This is like in the C only. Int age is equal to 20. 20 is the value of the variable age. And then data types. Data types are means to identify the type of data and associated operations of handling it. Like C++ provide a predefined set of data types for handling the data it uses. When variables are declared of particular data type, then the variable becomes the place where the data is stored. And data types is the type of value. That means the data stored by the variable. Data can be of many types such as character, integer, real, etc. Since the data to be dealt with are of many types, a programming language must provide. For example, if you give an input for the age is equal to 32, 12, 10, like that, these inputs are all belongs to the type integer. If you are going to give a value for a variable name, that should be in a string type, or a maximum it should be in the string type. So like that, according to the data, you have to mention the data type for the variables. So C++ data types are divided into three types: user-defined type, built-in type, derived type. The user-defined data types are structure, union, class, and enumeration. Built-in is divided into three types: integer, void, and floating. Derived types are array, function, pointer, and reference. I will explain in detail about these data types in my next video. Thank you, girls.